Thursday morning, day one of Gen Con. It rained quite a bit this morning, it looks like, but the plus side is that now it is much cooler out. So yesterday it was super hot, super muggy. Today feels pretty comfortable, so I think that's gonna help out a lot. We did miss the running of the nerds this morning, just because I was obviously editing the video that went up, but I think we still got some footage from Glenn or Carl, and so we will have that in the video. Yeah, other than that, we're gonna walk in, check out the hall, see what we can find.
So just tell me when you're ready. All right, so this is Spooktacular. In Spooktacular, you are in a monster movie marathon theater late at night. Lightning hits the theater and all the monsters start jumping off the screen and coming after the people. But the cool part is, in this game, you get to be the monsters. You're not just the guests. You get to run around this theater and you get to scare all the monsters or all the people around the theater. So there's three basic things that every monster can do. The monster can move, which is just to go through a door into another room. The monster can play a card that will let them spook. When you spook, you pick a room that your monster's in, and each guest in that room runs through a door to another room. For every guest that you scare out of the room, you gain a point. So you move around the point tracker. The third action you can do from a card is called Devour. So let's say your monster's in a room with guests. You pick one of each color guest in that room. So in this case, there's only green, so I would get one green, and put it on your player board. Once you have all 5 colors, you can turn them back into the bag to get this movie ticket here, and the movie ticket is secret points for the end of the game. Once all the movie tickets have been taken, that triggers the end of the game, and you play one more round, and then the game's over. So that's where the similarities end, because after that, every monster plays the game very differently. If you notice on each monster board, which I'll show you the Outlander here, it has a setup where it shows you how to set up each monster, because each monster sets up different. Some monsters might put extra stuff on the board. Some might get a turn before everybody else, things like that. Then it has your turn step, which will list everything that monster does. And as you may notice, comparing 2 monsters here, their turn steps are very different. So each monster gets to do different things. Whenever you encounter something that has all caps, like Get 'em Posse on his ability, it's always defined later on the board. So all you need to play the game is your monster board. And it'll tell you what happens with each of those abilities. So for instance, to show you 2 of our monsters that are on the board, very simply, we've got Rigu here. Rigu is our little blob. And one of his abilities is called Grow, that he does throughout his turn. When he does a grow, he gets to take another Rigu and put it in another room adjacent. For the rest of the game, whenever Rigu plays a card, he can use any of his copies to be considered to be in that room, right? So if it's better to scare in this room, he can do that one. If it's better to scare in that room, he can do that one. Our other monster we got set out here is the Deadline. So the Deadline is sort of the calls coming from in the theater type monster, right? So throughout the game, he's going to be placing phones, using abilities to place phones throughout the different rooms. And one of his abilities is called Answer the Phone. And he makes one of the other monsters in a room with him answer the phone. He gets to take the phone, put it back on his switchboard, and immediately get whatever effect is on the switchboard. Oftentimes, that will be detrimental to the other monster and beneficial to him. So, and the more players you have, of course, the more different ones he can make pick up the phone, and the more phones he can put out. And they all do different things. For instance, Mummy Gator, who is from Mummy Gator 3, Revenge of the Mummy Gator, he comes with a cardboard token that's his tomb. He puts his tomb in a room at the beginning of the game, and whenever he's in the room with his tomb and a guest, and he spooks, instead of scaring them out of the room, he can scare them into the tomb. And for every person he mummifies in the tomb, he gets more abilities as the game goes on. So yeah, and there's 20 different monsters you can play as. They range from easy to advanced, and you can try all of them. They all play the game incredibly differently, so there's a ton to explore.
And that all comes in the base game?
That's all, everything you see is in the base game, along with tons more monster meeples and pieces for them and all the accessories they use.
And this is coming to retail?
It is in retail right now. We have sold through our entire first print run. We're very thrilled about that. We're gonna have another print run coming later this year.
Well, we just made our first trip through the vendor hall. It was extremely busy, very crowded. It was really hard to vlog in there. I'd love to show you guys more of it, and I'm sure we'll get to that eventually at some point this week, but this was like directly after the main first rush into the hall, so very, very crowded. It was, I mean, we were elbow to elbow. So we stepped out, grabbed some food at the kiosk just outside of the hall. Jen and I each got chicken Caesar wraps. They were good. Not great, but good. And not particularly large. For the 2 chicken wraps and the 2 Cokes, it was just over $40, which is kind of a lot. But at least the food was decent. I'm not sure what I would like to try to get back into the hall and at least grab a couple of the games that I was looking forward to, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure what else we're going to be doing today, but today is really just kind of planned as a vendor hall day.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, Dirt and Dust, it's a rally game, it's a deck building game, and our idea was to bring a really nice experience about real rally. The game is dice driven, so basically you roll dice and the numbers are not good or bad, all you can work with. You place there on the board and then you play the cards. You play for different drivers. They are asymmetric one, so brings a different experience. What I really like on the game is that it brings damage control. Those are these dice that you decide to play more on the edge. That brings you more resources, but also it can bring you damage. Anytime I decide to take one, I score these two resources, two tractions, and I need to roll a die. This one is quite okay because it brings just one damage. The damage is scored on this track. The one is fine because nothing happens, but anytime I hit the number 5, it brings some damage on the car, so it means it lights control on your car, which really you don't want to, because it brings some problems for your car. For example, this one means that it's a problem on the steering wheel, so anytime you need to move your car somewhere, you need to +1 at +1, which might be a problem because the idea of the game is that you are trying to be here on the top, on the highest level, because this brings you the points for the games. But it's also a very nice aspect of the game because it's your decision if you will be on the top or on the lower part of the deck. On the top you are fast but more in danger. Here you are more in safe, but of course you can score less points. As I said at the beginning in the game, you place the dice and then you have cards in your hand, and it's your decision which cards you place on different spots. Anytime you want to trigger the effect, you just place the die on the button and immediately play. For example, this one brings extra die, which is good, and you just roll it and put it also on the spot. You can see I have 3 dice of number 2, which means I can play this effect 3 times. Sometimes it can be very good, sometimes even I can use some resources, which is here I spent 1 branch, and I can change the value of the die. For example, 2, 3, where it is. And then it means I can play this card. So it brings you lots of possibilities. In the game, from the beginning, you can play lots of combination. There is no limit for the actions you can play, but only limited number of the dice. But it really depends on your experience. So you can really combine those actions. The idea is that you are trying to communicate with your navigator, which is represented by those tokens that if you have enough resources, that means, for example, for this one, it's 3 tractions, you can place a token there, it's already there. That means that at the end of the round, you remove the card from the track and you score it. If you have your symbol there, your symbol, then you score as many points where your car is located. So at this point, there should be 3 points. This is the one way how you can score the points. The second way is from the winning points at the cards. So at the end of the game, you count all the points, but be careful, there are also minus points. So it's really important to clean your deck before the game finishes. So that's also one of the aspects. Interesting part is that there are different tracks. So it gives you different stages, gives you a different idea, different experience of the game. Some of them are tricky because For example, there is a night stage that you have a limited vision abilities, so it's a kind of complication for the game.
Yeah.
The game ends when you go through all the cards of the stages, and then you simply count the points. As I said, one from the stages, one from the cards, and whoever has the most points wins. So basically, that's a short introduction. There are more rules, of course, as it's like gamers games, and yeah, that's the introduction of Dirt and Dust.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, so we made a few passes through the vendor hall today. We kind of tend to do it in short bursts. We'll go through a few of the aisles, take a break, step out, and then go back in. Especially, I mean, it was pretty crowded the first time through this morning, but towards the afternoon, it started to kind of clear out a little bit. It was much more manageable, easier to walk through. We could actually get to some of the booths. We did get a chance to take a look at Spooktacular today. I got a quick demo of that, which you will see in the vlog. That's one that I'm really excited to see, really excited to play. It sounds like they have some limited quantities here. I think they may. I know they sold out today, so I think it's going to be that might be a tough one to get my hands on. But we did pick up a couple of other games that were on the games of interest list. So we did get Timbertown from Alibi Games. This is the one with the cool tile drafting using the river. Can't wait to play that. Looks like a really good two-player game. And then Antiques Ghost Show, which I really was interested almost solely based on the theme. But the artwork looks great. Also, I'm a sucker for anything with a horror theme on it, so pick that one up from Trick or Treat.
We're here now at the Strike Tournament with rolling dice and taking names.
and all that fun stuff. Get the dice out, people. All right. How many do we all have? Do we have our one seat?
Tell them before you start.
Oh.
Emily Detmer has made, handmade, out of wood, the trophies for this year. The last Dice in a Bowl standing will get this trophy. The last Gladiators Arena will get this trophy.
One dice in the bowl over there. One die. I need one die. All right, we're going to try to compensate the best we can for everybody. Walking down or up, you're welcome to.
Who's the die for? Oh. Who's seating it? You, Tony?
Marty can see it. It's a good luck charm.
We need to roll one again.
There we go.
All right, before you begin, everybody roll one die on the mat. Highest goes first.
We're supposed to alternate.
Already done.
We did that. We're already done. I'll shut up now.
Sixes, roll off. All right, one is the bad one. All right, who's beginning? Gladiators are starting this off. Let's go. Let me hear it.
I love it. Get out early. Get out early.
That was scary.
That's out.
National Bowl player would never do that.
All right, we got one in the bowl left. Oh, what you doing, Berkey? Oh! Keep going. That's bad. What are you doing, Berkey?
Gladiators are loving it.
Oh! All right, we got two left. Gladiator one. Oh, Dice just got two. We still got one in the bowl. One dead. Were you going to keep going, Gladiator? Good, thank you.
Coach him.
All right. Stop! Throwing dice all over the place. What are you doing? All right, two in the bowl. We roll. Nothing. What? Gladiator is out of the game.
Think of his own prize.
Almost a little clear. One is on bowl. Dice is rolling. There we go. Come on, Gladiator.
Ready?
Keep going.
How are you?
Carter. Come on, Carter.
Anybody that wants an enamel pin, come on up and get an enamel pin.
Also, the finalists get these coins.
Yeah.
They can kill people. There we go. Wow. And
is there enough bags?
The champion, you're going to pick 2 games from the prize pool.
So go with Marty. John.
Second place is going to get a game. And as the champion of the Players in the Arena, you'll get a game also.
So if y'all would walk over there with Marty, and then I'll start calling out raffle
tickets. All right.
I think last recording we did, we were getting ready to head to the Dice Tower Awards. Ended up deciding to scrap that, and we ended up joining these guys at the Strike Tournament, put on by Rolling Dice and Taking Names. It's been at the Old Spaghetti Factory every year.
Yep.
And how many years have they been running that?
It was the
Do you know?
seventh
year. I think they said tonight.
How does that tournament work? Like, how do they structure that tournament?
Every table, you play Strike, and then the winner from each table gets to move on, and then they go up from, and then you have to pick which side you're on if you think that Strike is just dice in a bowl, or if you feel that it accurately represents the gladiatorial combat in an arena.
And what did you guys choose?
We both lost, so we didn't get to choose.
Yeah, so this
You don't
year,
even get to choose?
Not until you declare once you win.
Oh,
Which one?
Wow.
Last year, though, we did declare before we played, and we got stickers representing which team we were on. This year they did a little different, and they waited for the second round for people to declare.
Yeah.
And
So have you changed your mind since last year?
I just usually go for what I think is going to get bribed the most to change.
Perfect.
I
That's
was
a good
a
answer.
gladiator in arena both years. I would have been this year if I wasn't.
If you were
horrible
good.
at Strike. Yes.
After leaving there, we were going to we were going to do a lot of stuff today. Ended up not really doing all that much, it feels like. We were going to head to Open Gaming. Ended up deciding just to come back here. We had a very late night last night, and I need to be out of here fairly early tomorrow. So I think I'm going to get a head start on editing this video so that it can actually go up tomorrow. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to add that you guys did today that was interesting?
So I would say we had a fairly typical first day Gen Con experience. I started the day early, selling and buying some games that were sold or bought on the Gen Con flea market. And then we were ready to go as soon as the doors opened. We spent some time in the vendor hall.
And just like last year, about 11:30, as we were standing, unable to move in one of the aisles, we decided that we would leave the vendor hall, and we went to the consignment store to look. And the consignment store, actually, at that point in the day, it probably took us 15 minutes to get in. I mean, the line looked long, but they were moving people pretty quick.
Yep.
You know, first day in the consignment store, everybody has all their hopes and dreams and their high prices, and I think we didn't make it there for the opening rush. We didn't. I know people were waiting in line as early as 7 o'clock this morning. The 8th person in line got there at 7, and they waited 3 hours to get in to get all the best deals. So we'll see again tomorrow. I mean, we found some games that I'd be interested in at the price on Friday, and I'd probably take home if it's still there on Saturday. But at one point I walked by and saw 2 different games, and I thought, those are pretty high priced. I'll probably try to pick those up tomorrow. And then 5 minutes later I saw somebody with both of those games in their stack. So,
yeah, that's the risk you take. Yeah, I was telling Jen that I definitely want to stop into the consignment tomorrow and check that out. We haven't been in there yet, so that's definitely one place that we want to check out.
And when we left, I mean, it had only been open for 2 hours. I had 54 items in the consignment store. I went over and checked, and I had already sold 7.
Nice.
You know, and some things that I didn't expect to sell the first day had sold, and things I really expected to sell the first day hadn't. Spent a lot of time moving my things from bad spots to good spots. So you're welcome if you bought anything of mine.
And then, yeah, I mean, other than that,
then we went back to the hall. We stopped at Sauce on the Side down here at the beautiful Hyatt house in the basement and enjoyed some food, and then went back to the hall. And really, that was it. We only made it through 2/3 of the hall today, but we got a lot of stuff I picked up. I had a pre-order and a long-delayed Kickstarter that you could pick up at GenCon, and I picked it up today. So 3 years ago I ordered it, and it's still not shipping to backers for 6 to 8 weeks, but we could pick it up at GenCon, so I picked it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, About Sauce on the Side, we got that today too. Really good calzones, real heavy on the ricotta.
too much ricotta.
The perfect amount of ricotta.
It was good. I'd get it again. I do want to try the apple pie one.
The apple pie one's great. And if you travel to Geekway to the West in the spring, there's one that's very close to Geekway to the West too. And you can ride the bus over, so you have 2 cons and the same food.
Glenn's trying to get us out into the Midwest conventions.
Beautiful St. Louis, Missouri.
I would say, though, the highlight of the day was definitely the strike tournament.
Always.
That was a lot of fun. I had never been to one, and that was a lot of fun to watch.
Very entertaining.
It was entertaining. It was exciting.
We provided great food again.
Every year we just grab a table and we sit with new people, and I mean, by the time I left, we were exchanging information. We sat with a prize winner from the.
My Dune Imperium giveaway, yeah.
He was sitting at our table. We just happened to find out that he was a Beer City fan, and so it was
small world.
A lot of fun, 80,000 people, but we still run into people that we know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was a great time. I even won a game in the raffle this year, which was exciting.
I didn't win anything like you.
Glenn didn't win anything.
But I went for the experience, not for the prize.
It was a good time.
What game did you grab?
Resurgence by Stan Kordowski.
Brought to you by Portal Games.
Brought to us by Portal Games. Check out their booth.
Thank you, Ignacy.
Yeah, anything else?
No, I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have some hot games room tomorrow.
Yep.
And it'll be exciting. I had a ticket already for Saturday, but these guys picked up a ticket.
Yep.
We're going to get to play the new Paverson game on Saturday night for Project Americano. once they announce it, by the time you see this, it may have already been announced what the name is.
Yeah, I think they did do an announcement. I think it was this afternoon. I think it was today at like 3 was when they were announcing it. So I haven't looked into it yet, but I'm sure the name's floating around out there now at this point. Yeah, I'm really excited about the Hot Games Room. If you're not familiar with it, Board Game Geek, they sponsor a Hot Games Room in the Hyatt Regency. It's on the second floor. They have a whole big ballroom, and all of the publishers kind of provide their newest, hottest game. They put it in there, and you can buy, I think it's 2-hour blocks of time there.
Well worth it, if, you know.
Yeah, for the quality of the games that they have there. Like we did the Gen Con library, I think like the first year that we came here, or at least the first year that Carl and I came here. And the library is good. It has a lot of games.
Classics.
But yeah, a lot of them are very old games that probably never leave the shelf. I'm guessing not many people are checking out some of those games.
Durkin's New York City? Probably not.
Yeah.
And part of the Hot Games Room, at least how I like to approach the Hot Games Room, is sometimes usually ends up with us and we're playing a game and somebody at the table is reading the directions for the next game so we can put it out and start playing it, you know, as we're playing it. And sometimes we play the whole game and sometimes we play around and we all look at each other and say, I have the gist of this game. We pack it up and move on. But it's a great way to test and taste a lot of games and find out if you really want to try it later or, you know, to get those
That's exactly why I like doing it. Yeah, just at least try a couple of rounds of a game. If I like it, I'll go buy it from the vendor hall.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we're looking forward to tomorrow. And I guess with that, we're gonna end today's video. We'll see you tomorrow.
Worker placement all goes wrong. Trading sheet for way too long. Spilling drinks on everything, but I swear I'm still the king. These beer goggles make me think I'm winning. These beer goggles make me think I'm winning.
That's right. Yeah, that's pertinent to this video.
All right, and go. We got it out. We're good.
My
You might want to hit
battery's
stop
gonna
and
die.
start again. You might want to hit stop and start a new video.
Why?
So you don't even have to download this off the camera.